Hello, Gemini. Welcome to LettiSpeaks. And today, Gemini, we'll be taking a look at the current energies around you. What's happening with you, Gemini? Around you, Gemini. So let's take a look. Welcome. My name is Letty. For those of you that are new, if you are returning, hey, welcome back. And whether you're new or returning, make sure you hit the like button. You can comment, share as well. And if you feel led, if you would consider, if you're new, subscribing. And if you do find that you're subscribing, make sure that you hit the bell so that you're notified whenever new content is posted, okay? Hope you are well, Gemini. Let's take a look at the energies around you today. For Gemini spirit, what's going on for Gemini? My air sign. All right, coming out in your own reading, King of Swords. Feeling very clear and directed today. Again, coming out in your own reading with the Lovers. Very balanced. Three of Cups, very supported. Seven of Swords, possibly strategizing as well. Now, this could also be very watchful and very analytical, very observant with what's going on around you. I do feel like this is like the energy of really just being on your grind. We have the Ten of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, very focused on what it is that you are doing. This could be work with the Ten of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles, working alone. Actually, and then the Two of Cups. For some of you, you could be working with a partner of some kind. It doesn't have to be romantic. And I feel like the two of you, whoever you're working with, this feels like a power couple. But it doesn't have to be romantic, though. Like, there's something about you two. Like, when you come together, you just set things off. Or you make, like, magic happen. You could be very intelligent in what it is that you know and how you do things, strategize. And they could be the very opposite, right? And fill in all of the blanks that you don't have. And so when you bring the two of you together, it's like this incredible force. Energy for Gemini right now. Energy for Gemini. And this could be a water sign that you're working with. Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. Eight of Cups and Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. This could be a moment where you're reaching heights that you have never reached before. You could find yourself like just really working right now, like really deeply focused and motivated to go further and higher than you've ever gone before. That could actually be your motivation. Like, you could be tired of being where you are and kind of you recently found this spark that you wanted to just kind of go higher than you have, and that's your motivation. I'm hearing reaching for the stars. Now, for some of you, this could absolutely be love related. If it is love related, it's good energy. You are supported in this connection. I don't feel like you've gone in with this connection just blindsided. You've been very strategic in entering this connection or structuring this connection. Whoever this person is very independent, very balanced, very resourceful as well, and very responsible with their money and their resources. It's actually a really good, it's a good connection. It's a good fit. Like, this person gets you and you get this person. There is a higher connection that you guys have above and beyond the physical. I feel like this could be a divine bringing together, because it feels very ordained or favored. I get that energy. There's something very attractive about this person's intelligence for you, or vice versa, right? Sometimes the attraction that we have for people could be purely physical, or in many cases it could be purely financial, right? But in this case, I feel like this person is attracted to something about your intelligence, or your IQ is very attractive and alluring for this person. What else about Gemini? Let's see. Find out what Spirit would want you to know. Whether this is platonic or a love connection, Spirit, what do you want Gemini to know right now? What do you want Gemini to know about this connection? What do you want Gemini to know about this connection? What does Gemini need to know about this connection? All right. So we have fear, memory, anticipation, and perspective. So let's take a look. Okay, with fear, I feel like for you, Gemini, there's something that you have an opportunity to swoop in and receive. This could be something that everyone else has been afraid to do. There's some element of fear here, but if you're able to confront that fear and take a deeper look at where that fear comes from, this may be, and I'm getting like old wives' tales or some type of urban legend, you know, that kind of stuff. If you're able to overcome and dig a little deeper and find out where that fear came from so that you can have a deeper understanding of it and overcome it, you may be able to reap benefits and soar at a level that many cannot because they are afraid to do so. And so this opportunity may be an opportunity for you to dive in a little bit deeper and do something that others have not been willing to do. In doing that, you may actually have access to things that others don't if you're able to do that. I feel like this is in alignment with perspective, taking a different look at something from a different angle, right? So that you can understand it better. This card reminds me of the hanged man. The hanged man hangs upside down. It takes a break to kind of look at things and to go deeper within himself to kind of get a different viewpoint. And after this little break of hanging upside down and meditating, he comes out with a wider world view, with a higher view of what's happening. It's a moment of examining everything that have led up to this point, examining himself, how he's reacted and related to opportunities, to experience that he's just come through. Like it's like an overall evaluation up to this point. So this may be a time to do that. And if you are contemplating a specific decision, this may be something to do before you actually make that decision. Okay. Now with memory, this talks about possibly having some memory of an enemy of some kind. The Seven of Swords did come out in the middle of this card. This talks about having some unforgettable memory of a friend or an enemy, and how we never forget a face, especially one that have hurt us, or it could be one that has helped us, right? And this could be a time to call out something. If there's something that you recognize, whether it's good or bad, this is a time to actually call it out and spread a good word. If it was somebody that did good by you or did a good action or a good deed, right? This is a time to remember that. Likewise, in the same way, if it was somebody that did something, and I'm hearing scandalous, right? It's a good time to remember that and possibly bring note to that as well. But don't just spread the bad news. I feel like Spirit is pouring on. Make sure you are paying attention and spreading a good news too, okay? And so this may be a time to remember and examine areas where even you would be letting past disappointments impact how you engage with others, right? Memory is coming out because there's something that needs to be examined about how you are interacting with your current situation. And it may be based on something that you find it hard to forget, right? But make sure it's a balanced perspective. I feel like is what Spirit is saying here. Don't let the bad things or bad experiences overcompensate for good ones that you could be having right now. Just because that person did you wrong doesn't mean everyone will coming along, okay? And then anticipation is the last card here. I can't help but see all of these chairs around. This feels like some type of major event coming. Yeah, look at the chairs. It feels like a major event. I don't know why I'm hearing a wedding. Is there a wedding coming? Are you considering marrying someone? I guess this could be pointing to you making sure that your thoughts are aligned with your intentions. That could be why memory is coming out. That could be why fear is coming out. And it could also be why perspective is coming out, right? If you have set an intention to do something, make sure that your thoughts and your feelings are aligning with that. Now, that may call in the need for some healing, right? That may call in a need for some taking a deep look at what's going on the inside of you and changing things. Fear talked about going back and finding out why we started doing a certain thing or thinking a certain way about something and the need to possibly change that, right? So that we no longer fear it or think of it in such a fearful way, right? Anticipation is talking about confronting that energy and making sure that we are aligned with what it is that we are intending, right? Or anticipating. Also, this card also talks about being careful of any attachment that you hold for the desired outcome, right? Part of being able to pull in what we want is being able to detach. Many times we want it to happen a certain way or in a certain time frame, or we have these very specific ideas about how this is going to come in for us. But Spirit is saying there's some level of detachment that you need to hold, a level of detachment when it comes to this outcome. Because there's something about expectations and disappointments and feelings of joy and how that can transform very quickly. But if you detach and just allow it to kind of settle down and come down naturally, that would be the best way, Spirit is saying. And hold on to the highlights of this. Like, think of things like, what is it that you're looking forward to most? Like, cling to the positive aspects of this. Don't think about what could go wrong and, you know, old mindsets, all that stuff, right? Try to hold on to the positive aspects of this. Okay. And how would you react if your expectations weren't met, right? That's a good question to ask. What would be the appropriate response if your expectations aren't met? Okay. All right. Lastly, any words of encouragement as we end this reading for Gemini? The time goes so fast. Any words of encouragement for Gemini? Any words of encouragement for Gemini? I just got a flashback of something hilarious. I cannot. All right. Do you guys ever do that? You be like in the middle of your day doing something totally random and then something hilarious pops up in your head, just a flash of something that's completely unrelated to what you're doing, and you just start busting out. Like, people must think I'm crazy because I do that all the time. I have awakening, courage, and inner child. And so there's something I feel like that you are being called to, Gemini, that may in fact cause you to depart from the flock. I think I got this for one of the other signs that I did yesterday. You are being called to something very different. Up to this point, you may very well have been called to do exactly what you're doing, but now you are being called to make a right turn, while everyone else may be called to go straight. You're being called to something completely different right now, Gemini, right? And Spirit is going to be speaking to you like normally, possibly like you are, like you're going to feel promptings and urgings coming from Spirit, like in your natural everyday life, your everyday movement is going to seem like supernatural for some reason. Like instincts may be prompting you to do things differently, or common sense may not seem so common anymore, because Spirit is going to be telling you to do things, and you're going to look at things and you're going to be like, that don't even, why are we doing that? Or why was I doing that? Or why are they doing that? And you could have very well been in line with that just last week. And then you're going to look at it now and you're going to be like, that don't even make sense, right? So some of these promptings of this change of course is going to happen like through your common sense. And you're being called to actually take the step, like follow that leading. Don't be fearful. Don't feel like it's something strange. Trust yourself, okay? Like that crow on top of that scarecrow, right? You're going to be called to places that other people have been fearful to stand in. And it's only because they have not understood it, or there has been like some kind of ongoing tale or story that's kept people from this, not knowing if they had the courage to actually dig a little deeper and find out. That might have been the biggest blessing that they have ever ran into. So Spirit is asking you to be open and to follow the leading, Gemini. Again, we're talking about healing coming in for you. This could be going back to things that you haven't addressed yet regarding your inner child. You're asked to love yourself in ways that you may have kind of shunned because you didn't want to deal with it. This is a time to be very compassionate and loving to the inner child, okay? Whatever your inner child is calling out for, be willing to be open and address those needs for yourself, okay? And that might look like going to ask questions to elders to find out information that you've been wondering about, you know. It might look like going to do something that you did as a child, you know, that's coming up all of a sudden. So if you went fishing at a certain place when you were a child, it might be taking the time to go out and sit on the creek and fish, right? It's loving your inner child, being compassionate and listening to it. Okay, that's for you, Gemini. We went way over, but that's for somebody. Let me know how that resonated. Please like, share, comment. If you're new, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell, so you'll be notified of videos that are posted or me going live. Okay, thank you, Gemini, for stopping by. Appreciate you. Take care of yourself.